Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Oh, our next guest is a favourite of ours. He's an Australian icon, so much so that Tim Winton has been named a National Living Treasure. The acclaimed author has written over 30 books during his 40-plus year career, earning him the Miles Franklin Award 4 times. He's back with a new book called Juice, and we're thrilled to welcome him to the show. Tim, hello.
G'day, how are you?
Great,
very
thanks,
well.
Tim. We love apocalyptic sort of futuristic books, and I'm just churning through this thing at the moment. I just love it.
Yeah, tell us about Juice.
Well, I mean, it's a kind of an adventure story, really, and a kind of a survival story. It starts off with a guy who's plugging away on his sort of homemade vehicle through a pretty blighted sort of landscape, and he's got a kid with him who's, as it turns out, not his kid, but he's responsible for her. And he's looking for somewhere safe to stay. Really, he's just looking for some kind of settlement that he might be able to rest in. He's a kind of a internal refugee, if you like. If you like, he's become homeless and landless, and he's from the north of Australia, and he ends up in the south as the weather changes, and he's just trying to find somewhere to sort of somewhere safe to be, because things are going very quickly down the dunny.
Well, you talked
shall
about
we say?
As the weather changing. It's interesting. You say Juice has been described as a love letter to Australia and a hate mail to those who lay waste to the earth. But I read that you resisted writing it for a long time. Why was that?
Well, it's a tough subject. I mean, who really wants to write about the end of the world, or the possible end of the world? So it's pretty confronting. It's a kind of it's a vision of hell, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's basically, the people in my book are sort of having to deal with a kind of world that, I don't want to see come about. And so I guess I've just, with the help of the science, just tried to imagine my way into a possible future if we don't pull our finger out about taking meaningful and urgent action on climate change.
And the book depicts, how far into the future is this? I'm trying to think, is it 100 years ahead of where we are now, or 50, or?
I think it's probably more than 100 years. I mean, I think, I'm probably dancing around in the book, not being too specific on that front, because a lot of records have been lost and people are not sure where they are really by this stage. Society's broken down, and but I think we're finding that things are changing very quickly. So all the worst predictions that people were making, when I was in high school, not only have they come true, that things are much worse than people predicted already. I mean, we've had winter temperatures in the north of Australia in the 40s this winter.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you go to, when I worked over in Western Australia to Karratha, admittedly it's been a long time since I've been there, but there was one day it was 38 degrees.
In winter?
No, not in winter. No, winter you'd get a beautiful 29
38 degrees?
38 degrees Celsius, every day. That's just your day, 38 and fine. But
well, we're going to make parts of the world uninhabitable.
But in this book, it gives you, you can't even live above the ground. All the people live underground because the heat is such. And all the water table, the salt waters will come up and take away all the fresh water. So these are the things that you go, whoa.
Yeah, look, I don't think people have in Australia have really much of an idea of what's going to happen. The northern part of Australia will be uninhabitable, and of course they're all going to end up in Melbourne and Sydney. And I don't know if Melbourne and Sydney's ready for that. I mean, everyone runs on about stopping the boats. How are you going to stop the utes?
Stop
wow. Yeah, amazing concept. That's
but also,
right.
Tim, can I ask?
Because, go.
When I look at futuristic stuff like Mad Max and stuff, you know how they dress in Mad Max. At what point do they change into the outfit to the leather stuff? Because it's sort of is it overnight? Does that happen, or does it is it a?
And where are they finding the leather?
Yeah, exactly.
If cattle become completely unable to be raised, where are you going to find the leather? Unless you've got a nice pleather factory set up somewhere.
Leather factory.
In the future, it'll be pleather.
Can I ask you this too,
Yeah,
Tim?
that's right.
As a national living treasure, does that mean that once a year they put scaffolding around you and get rid of the bird poo or something?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, you'd think that I'd look after myself better than I do, but yeah, when the cherry picker comes out and they've got the jet cleaner.
You're over unit for the Jets.
In terms of a dermabrasion, it's very extreme.
It's true. When they break out the gurney on Tim Winton.
That's right. You know, they just knock all my freckles off.
Well, you don't want a gurney near your freckle. Tim, it's great to talk to you again. The book is fantastic. I'm just enjoying it. It's such a page turner. It's at all good bookstores. It's called Juice. Tim Winton, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure, guys. Have a good morning.
Thank you, Tim.
Carry on.